Earlier this year, I visited my friend Peter Jackson in his cave, his world-class collection of props, costumes, and cinema artifacts that inspired him as a young filmmaker and continue to inspire him. You may recognize this faceplate as one of the eyes of the HAL 9000 computer in 2001, A Space Odyssey. Peter and I examined the prop and HAL's wide-angle Nikon lens to better understand how Stanley Kubrick gave the character its iconic red eye.
So this is an unbelievable piece.
Right, I'll hold the back plate. You grab the lens. I've got to take the.
This is HAL's eye.
I love the fact that it's actually got a lens cover on it. That's great. That's great.
And this is one of the hero. This is one of the hero.
Is it a screw? Is it a screw? It must be.
Good question.
Or is it just a? Is it a? It must be a screw.
It looks like it's almost a pressure fit.
You reckon?
Let's see.
Oh, that's pretty tight. Well, it's not going to go anywhere if we're careful. That'll be right.
And so
what you got to do is you got to get a flashlight of some sort, because this doesn't look quite like HAL until the flashlight actually does its thing. Hi, Dave.
Oh.
And just sort of blink it on and off. Hi, Dave. How are you? Hi, Dave. I mean, that voice is fantastic, but yeah. There it is. That's
the
HAL staring at you.
Yeah, you zoom in and this. You So they didn't make very many of these in the film. I mean, these is one of the hero pieces.
It is, yeah.
Fisheye Nikkor f8. Oh, an 8mm, sorry.
And there would have been just a light source, and they blinked it with the guy's voice, didn't they? They sort of did it blink in sympathy with his words? Did it sort of go with the rhythm of the dialogue?
I can't remember actually.
No, well, it's going to make us all look at the movie tonight.
It's true.
It's a double check.
Hold on, I got to get the light going again because my flashlight's died.
Right. Okay. There you go. There you go.
Oh, it's just, when the light hits the center of your eye, there's a way in which it has that kind of hypnotic quality.
It's also got it's multiple. That's not your phone doing that, is it? It's multiple little points of light there.
Elements, yeah.
Elements, yeah. Like it must be. What's channeling the light from there to there's a fiber optic or something?
Let's take a look.
What's actually doing that? That's
It's. I can't tell if that was original to the lens or they've added this snorkel on the back of it to get that effect. This is something.
There would have been something that would have fired the light. Maybe this is needed to focus that pinpoint of light. Otherwise, the red might just be too diffused, too diffused and too wide.
Well, you can imagine.
Maybe that's at the back a separate lens that sort of focuses the light into one spot, perhaps. And then this is maybe that's.
And you can imagine it's Stanley, right? So they probably ran multiple iterations to get the look that he liked.
Yeah.
It's really magnificent. How long ago did you pick this up?
Would be probably 10 years ago. Yeah. And the rest of the story is that you see it came to us and this was separate, and I got to tell the rest of the story because this was separate, and it had been stored. How it came to us, and sort of these things is you don't want to bugger them up, and I'm not really. This was all stored. It came to us kind of like this. Something like that, and so this was supposed to be HAL, and I thought, well, how does that doesn't am I missing a glass thing? I mean, am I missing something? What does this kind
this is how it arrived to you from the offset.
And I don't think I even thought that to undo the lens cap. I just thought, my God, this is okay. Well, this doesn't quite look like HAL to me, but maybe I'm missing some bit. And then Adam comes along. This is about a year ago. Comes along here. And says, "Oh no!" And he just sort of pulls it apart and then sticks it back in it and gets it working for me. And it's been a hit ever since. Anyone that comes here now, I can just show it off, and it's a really good hit. So thank you very much.
My absolute pleasure. I'm glad to help the collection.
I mean, if I didn't know, like in 20 years' time, I'd still be confused. It would still be. So thank God you came down.
I'm so glad you're collecting such iconic and amazing pieces.
Well, I kind of what my collection is. I'll tell you what I don't have rules in the sense of collecting this or collecting that. I tend to focus on, and I obviously break rules all the time, but I tend to sort of focus on things that made a big impact on me when I was young. Mm-hmm. So I'm doing what I'm doing today because of, things that I saw when I was growing up, and at different times of my, Apes, Planet of the Apes, John Chambers, I mean, Thunderbirds, I mean, all sorts of things were just majorly exciting. And, when I was a kid, and they made me want to become a filmmaker. So those are the things, anything that really just speaks to me as, I saw 2001 and I remember seeing that, I remember the effect that it had on me, and it was like, okay. So that's it's a weird criteria. Now, I make exceptions for things that are silly things like the panda here that I don't know where he came from, some TV commercial, but it's cool,
particularly lovely.
It's a cool panda.
Yeah.
At some point I'll get a little guy who's small enough to fit in it, and we can run him around in it. But it's so there's certainly every now and again you come across something that you think is for fun. But it's most of the stuff that's here is here because it's things that I really it really kind of, it's a sum of, maybe it's a big degree or a small degree. It is where I am now because of all this stuff.
Because that inspired you.
Yeah, as I was growing up, going to the movies, watching things on TV.
Well, and it's so evocative. You hold the piece and you realize where it's been and the story that it told.
I know.
Oh, and you've also got the. Can we open this back up?
Yes, you can. Yep.
This is the thing for the memory.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a totally custom piece that Dave Bowman uses to disable Hal.
Is that when he sings Daisy? Daisy, and he slows down. Yeah. Days before rapid prototype printing and computer work, and in terms of Kubrick, if you ever a home invasion happens, we've got a defence system.
We can hit him with
hit somebody
Ludwig
with this.
van.
You can hit somebody with this, just purely for defensive purposes, of course. It's actually very surprisingly lightweight.
Oh, is it really?
Well, it's reasonably lightweight. It's
it looks like it weighs a lot more.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Alex. Poor Alex. Thank you for showing me this.
You're very welcome.